So, oh yeah, this is great. So you're a TikToker first before you became a Twitch streamer and a YouTuber. And you wanted to talk about this. TikTokers have some advice for Joe Biden's new account. Here's how the president can avoid becoming a "how do you do fellow kids" meme. Except this is on fucking Politico, and I don't know how valid this is. Like,
I mean,
who are the TikTokers?
they talk to actual TikTokers.
Yeah, but like, who are the actual TikTokers? Is it like the Harry kid that got paid by the DNC? Do you know him?
I do know Harry.
Do all the TikTokers know each other? Like all the Gen Z TikTokers that do politics know each other?
Yes.
And there's a oh boy guy.
Yes, they're
big news. Oh boy.
A lot of them are okay. This is kind of drama. A lot of them are insufferable. I've met a lot of them in person. A lot of the like Gen Z like organizations, Gen Z TikTokers, they are 100% like very pretentious, very much like.
This is my favorite guy. He's the best.
Oh boy, oh boy, pig news. Oh boy, pig news. I haven't heard pig news. Oh boy, CNN is more. So Donald.
That one is my favorite because there's like this. My king is versatile. Okay,
True.
he's versatile. Like you think he's gonna hit you with the old boy and big news, but then he goes with the he does that like a Sigma Alpha grind set face, and he goes, CNN is a disgrace. It's about I feel like some Sigma grind set music has to play.
True.
Right after he makes this face, he hits you with the before you recognize it, he hits you with the Kubrick stare, and you're like, oh my god, I'm captivated.
Donald Trump. Oh boy. Oh man. Here's a video of a. So Donald Trump.
This is interesting. He's not like boring like Harry is.
Damn, you're fucking. You got some shots for Harry.
I mean, he's boring. He's a very he's like boring entertainer. I don't know why he's like as popular as he is.
Wait, can I don't know his TikTok. Let's
Harry Sisson, Sisson, I think.
Harry Sisson.
Yeah.
Harry Sisson, Harry J Sisson official. 808,000 followers. Wait, he doesn't even have that much TikTok clout. What the fuck? I thought he was like bigger than this.
Nah.
Oh my god,
Folks,
he's with Bardock No Bummer. What the fuck?
President Obama is getting ready to help get out the vote.
Harry, why don't you let me handle this one?
You got it.
Bro, this has the vibes of like one of those like Vladimir Putin. You know what I'm talking about? Like the fake Vladimir Putin impersonator TikToks. Like he just doesn't look real in this. It's like weird to see him in a.
So I'm about to go out to campaign because the stakes couldn't be higher in this election.
God, he's so sexy though. I do have to hand it to him.
That's my president right there.
He's sexy as fuck.
True black representation.
Climate change on the ballot. We've got gun safety on the ballot. And if we elect more members of Congress who are pro-choice, we can actually reinstitute Roe versus Wade as the law of the land. But it's only going to happen if all of you do your part and get out there and vote.
That's crazy.
Harry?
Well, thank you, Mr. President.
He's giving what's his name from Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. He's serving here 100%. God damn it. What's the dude's name? Gus Fring. He's so fucking charismatic. Okay.
He could also ball. Shout out Barack Obama.
He could ball. That is true. He does, and he smokes cigs, which is very cool. So anyway, Giancarlo Esposito is who I was thinking of. Yes, all DNC ops talk like someone trying to run a credit card scheme on you. So how did this? How did he get to this position as like the it guy for TikTok?
So in 2020, when Political Tik Tok really started, because it started with like BLM, that's when people realized, oh, it's not just a dancing app. You can like actually talk about things. There was a massive complex of like group account creators. There was like the Republican Hype House, Conservative Hype House, the Democratic Hype House, the Liberal Hype House.
Oh my God, I remember the Republican Hype House.
Which is actually crazy because there was a lot of Republican Hype House members that were like, I think one of them was like groomed by this like actual like Republican personality. When he was like 17 years old. I don't even remember like what the situation was. It was wild. But Harry was part of the Democratic Hype House, along with Olivia was a part of it as well. Victoria Hammett, was also a part of the Democratic Hype House.
That's shouts out to Victoria HasanAbi head. She's a real one.
Vic is great. Vic is great.
Yeah, she's a real one. She's not a neo-lib like the other wannabe Democratic Party cutouts here.
Yeah, the great thing is that she was very much like liberal, but you saw her in her TikToks create her identity. So you see her go from like, regular like liberal to like actual like communist throughout her being on TikTok and be like, oh, I started reading theory and this is what I've learned. And so Victoria is great. Victoria is awesome. But you have people who didn't leave that and realize, oh, if I just cozy up to the Democratic Party, I can get a lot of money and a lot of opportunities at the White House through different organizations, and that's what Harry's doing.
Yeah, if you're in it for the career, this is the viable path for sure. If you legitimately have opinions and you hold on to them, then you're probably not going to be a sellout, and you're going to serve 3-minute ad breaks at the top of the hour. Like me.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's right.
I got debated in real life. I was like, what is he going to say?
Yeah, exactly. But listen, you don't have to go down that path. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to see the 3-minute ad break at the top of the hour, and you can do that by subscribing for $5 or for free. Here's the 3-minute ad break now.
That was good. That was
okay. Sorry for being about my bag, Harry. I mean, that's me too right now. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So, I mean, this is like the same exact analysis you can get for MSNBC, but basically from someone who is like 20 years old.
Yes. MSNBC had on, I think, Olivia and Victor. I know Victor was like big. I think Simone had them on talking about like Gen Z politics.
He's giving guy who says Pisaki bomb unironically in a TikTok.
I mean, okay. I would not be surprised.
Yeah, and that's what I call a Pisaki bomb type shit. Okay, so all right, so you said Olivia and him like went the DNC route. There was another person you mentioned, I think.
Victor, I think. There's also like Chris Murphy, or Mowry. I think it's Mowry. Chris Mowry.
Cool. Dude, I love these. I love learning about these guys. I don't do TikTok at all.
MOWERY. He's the car guy. He's like, I think it's his name.
Wait, no way. This is not the dude.
That's not him.
Yeah.
What is his? Let's see.
You know, I keep seeing people on social media, especially those who are very, very far left, saying this.
I voted for Biden in 2020. I have never liked him. And when I first heard that he was going to be the Democratic candidate, I said that I wasn't going to vote in 2020, but I felt like it was important, and I felt like he was the lesser of two evils. And I still feel that. But after today, I cannot imagine voting for him in 2024. Because at this point, the lesser of two evils for whom?
Yeah,
the girl he's recording over is a charlatan.
I mean, really? I don't know anything about her. I just see her like pop up sometimes.
I'm not going to vote for Biden in 2024 is maybe one of the most selfish and insane strategies I've ever seen in politics.
Preach,
look,
brother.
If Donald Trump wins,
this guy, my goat. Okay, he's the king. Is he wearing Teddy Fresh? No.
I want every single person who went on social media and said things like this and encouraged their followers not to vote to do a couple things for me. Go to every single family who lost a child in a mass shooting and tell them, yeah, I didn't vote for Biden, even though he passed the first piece of major gun legislation in over 30 years.
That was so sick. I would love to hear the details of said gun legislation and how far it went in restricting the basically unmitigated gun purchasing in this country.
True.
That's cool. That's definitely really good. Really good gun legislation passed under Brandon. He's right. He solved gun violence.
There was no more shootings after he was elected.
Crazy. It's crazy how he solved gun violence, and we're out here talking about how we might not vote for him again.
Trump win. Go to the little girls, the teenagers in Republican states who were assaulted and had to have their assaulter's baby and tell them, yeah, I didn't vote for Joe Biden.
The fuck is he talking about? That happened under the Biden administration, though. Like, yes, that is the problem of the Republican Party. The Republican Party absolutely did that. They did it under the Biden administration. Like, even that part, the only valid talking point you can do is that Republicans will further restrict access to abortion in even blue states. And that part is true. They would definitely do that. Okay, what? I fucking told you, fuck off. What do you?
Is that Harry? Harry, what's up?
No, doubt it. Harry doesn't strike me as a 9-month subscriber. Even.
True, you're right.
Yeah, Harry's like a 38-month subscriber. Okay, let's keep going.
Even though he's appointed pro-choice judges every single opportunity he's had, and I let Donald Trump.
Yeah, remember when we were doing so well on the judge appointments because Dianne Feinstein was a fucking corpse that we also still propped up in a similar fashion to Joe Biden, and therefore there was like gridlock in the there was gridlock in Congress for even judge appointments under the Brandon regime as well, due to the fact that Dianne Feinstein was like one step out the door. And I don't just mean fucking literally 1 foot out the door of the Senate or Congress in general. I mean straight up life. I'm talking life. She died. Anyway, okay. She couldn't even do the one job that she was supposed to, which is like, rubber stamping those approvals.
The guy who overturned Roe v. Wade win the presidency. Go to coastal towns around the country, especially where people are suffering from climate change, and tell them, yeah, I didn't vote for President Biden, who invested the most in fighting climate change.
That's so funny. Okay, another point that is like completely ridiculous, especially considering the fact that Biden has also opened up more fracking opportunities, opened up more drilling permits at a rapid clip. Continued with more pipelines as well. So there's that reality as well. What is this? Oh, yeah. Here's another one of those moments as well. Ruth Bader Ginsburg is irreplaceable. All you liberals trying to push her out, think about that. 2014. No one has explained the mindless and pointless irresponsibility of current press coverage, as well as this from Dahlia Lithwick. Ask yourself why Biden, who is stipulated #old, has managed to helm. First of all, dude, you're writing #old, okay? Jesus Christ. On Twitter in 2024 has managed to helm the most successful. Like, what is it doing for the SEO, man? What do you think? You think this is really helping your SEO here?
I mean, he got 3K likes. Good for you, dog.
He wrote #old. Helmed the most successful presidency in modern history. The reason he has, for the most part, surrounded himself with experts, genuine scientists, respected economists, effective governmental actors, and advisors. Okay, fuck. We'll look at this in a second. I'm going to table this for now and get back to Harry Sisson.
Change ever. I let Donald Trump and his pro-fossil fuel agenda win. And then go to the seniors on Medicare who now have their insulin.
Yo, you want to know why these guys? This guy's not even good at like doing this propaganda. Maybe it's because I'm old and I've been at this game for quite some time. I always say this about like right-wing commentators and how I could do a better job. But like the real way to celebrate Brandon's accomplishments is by actually talking about his accomplishments, to which there are definitely a decent amount.
Yeah.
Talking about how he's the most pro-labor fucking president, being one of them, which is a low bar to clear, but Brandon has absolutely fucking cleared it. His NLRB has actually done a phenomenal job so far. Even the FTC's cooking as well, simultaneously with like some antitrust cases. So like you have areas that you can actually talk about. For some weird reason, he's only hitting the high notes that are not good, and talking about areas that he has demonstrated weakness. But even if you were to talk about climate change, right, you could still turn around and say things like Biden's legislation, despite being stopped short of the actual agenda he wanted to fucking achieve, was still very good at reinvesting into American manufacturing. We have literal fucking battery plants that will most likely be unionized now as a consequence of the power that the UAW has had, where there are actual battery plants and EV manufacturing happening in the United States of America, and that did happen under the Brandon regime.
Yeah, the problem with Harry specifically and all these other like Democratic Party activists is that they don't do any research. And that's what you notice a lot being in these spaces and interacting with them. They wake up in the morning, set up their phone, and they talk about things that they've seen on Twitter that are like, this is what Biden has done and that are good. They don't really invest in their craft of dick riding Joe Biden, which is why it's so sad. I respect somebody who actually invests in their craft and actually puts time and effort into their work, and Harry doesn't do it, unfortunately.
Yeah, Harry, get better at propagandizing for the Democratic Party, son.
$35 a month because of President Biden and tell them, yeah, I didn't vote for President Biden,
Wait, what?
even though he passed the Medicare, who now have their insulin capped at $35 a month because of President.
Bro, this is literally doing the same shit that like MAGA fans of Trump would do, but for the Biden side. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the insulin capping, great. Okay, this is good. It falls short of what is necessary. Okay, how about this response then? What is this?
You cannot vote for this man.
Okay.
This is my dude. I know my dude.
That's it. That's your homie.
I know him. We followed each other for a bit, and then I unfollowed him because he was moving weird. We can look at it though, because I'm curious about where he's at now.
Okay.
President Biden and tell them, yeah, I didn't vote for President Biden, even though he passed the Inflation Reduction Act, which did that, and now Donald Trump is going to come into office.
Again, the Inflation Reduction Act is yet another instance of Democratic Party incompetence. I covered it every step of the fucking way, and I could not imagine how little whipping occurred in that process. It blew my fucking mind how bad they were at like whipping votes and galvanizing their ranks. It is insane. A gift wrap to all of the fucking naysayers in the Democratic Party, the rotating villain, showcasing once again that like even when you're winning, you're still fucking losing.
You know the crazy part about that, specifically from like the influencer side of it, they were offering influencers like thousands of dollars in order to post only good things about the IRA. And if you were like, hey, I'm going to be a little bit critical in my video, and they'd be like, oh, you're critical, you don't get the money. And so if you see influencers that are like, this is why I always say, if you see influencers that are unable to be critical of Biden to any degree, there is a good chance that through some maybe proxies or organizations, they're getting paid to say the things that they are getting paid or they're saying.
And undo all of that progress. Oh, and go to all the veterans who were exposed to toxic burn pits while serving abroad, who now have more health care because of President Biden's PACT Act, and tell them, yeah, Biden expanded your health care, but I didn't vote for him, and now Trump is going to undo that. Oh, and finally, go to all the
I don't think Trump is going to undo that. I'll be honest. Like, I don't. That's like one of those things that like it would never get passed under the Trump administration, most likely, but I don't think he's going to go back and be like, yeah, no, we're actually taking away additional healthcare from the veterans.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess like they'll privatize it or they'll move to privatize it once again, which the Democrats also contribute to. But anyway,
Muslim Americans who are going to be deported under Donald Trump's your health care, but I didn't vote for him, and now Trump is going to undo that. Oh, and finally, go to all of the Muslim Americans who are going to be deported.
Oh man, I wonder what he would say to Muslim Americans right now. This is an earlier video, I suspect.
I don't think Harry, because oftentimes they often just don't talk about like
1022.
I don't think Harry ever spoke on the occupation.
Yeah,
they don't like.
It's shocking.
Under Donald Trump's new Muslim ban that he's been talking about in the past couple of days, and say, yeah, I could have kept you guys here by voting for President Biden, but I didn't. I didn't vote at all, and Donald Trump got into office, and now he's deporting all of you
I thought this was an earlier video. It turns out is post.
So sorry. So genuinely, for this far left
post
coalition
October
of people
7th.
like, I'm not going to vote for Biden in 2024. If Trump wins, you will be part of the reason why. You will be part of the reason why.
This attitude does not work.
It doesn't.
It doesn't. I don't know why Democrats still do it.
And you'll have to answer to all of the people who were affected by Trump's win and his terrible policy that he's going to implement.
I was in one of his lives and his guest mentioned Gaza. His response was, do you condemn Hamas? No fucking way, dude. That's less believable because like there was a person in this community that literally was watching this dude's live TikTok streams.
Want to see a crazier person on TikTok?
Yes.
Also, Black History Month. This is a black person. His name is
What is it?
Number 2. R-A-W.
R-A-W?
Yep. There he is, right there.
Too Raw Maya?
The Too Raw, Too Real. He disappeared for a second.
Oh, Too Raw, Too Real.
That person.
Oh, dude, this is the K-Hive guy.
Yes, it is. That's
this
the K-Hive.
Is the K-Hive guy.
Yep.
Yo, he's the best. He's at least entertaining, though.
This is funny.
Like, I mean, he's entertaining in like the most like identical to MAGA type way. You know what I mean? I actually love this guy because like, yeah, sure. It's
Bro, what is he wearing?
It's just, yeah, he's insane. And he's like a serial doxer, if I'm not mistaken. That's what I heard. Like he was, because when he linked up with Kamala, people were like, "You guys brought this dude into the fucking White House. He's like doxed people."
Yeah.
I love him.
Hi, I'm Too Raw Too Real, and I'm here to say fuck that special counsel. The reason why is you keep bringing up Biden's age as if that's a problem. We knew he was old when we voted for him the first time.
He got the kente cloth from Nancy.
From
But it was so
Nancy.
unnecessary. Just say that he did absolutely nothing wrong, but yet you want to bring up his age again. You want to dog whistle again. We know this isn't about Biden.
Dog whistle. Dog whistle about a fucking 80-year-old man who once famously said that, like, he doesn't want his kids growing up in a racial jungle.
True.
Okay, that's crazy. Biden would have slurred this man, and he wouldn't even know which slurs to use. He would have done like a McFlurry of slurs. He's like, what are you, Jack? Back in the day. Oh my God.
To be fair, we don't know what was said to, because he's met Kamala. So we don't know what was said with to Biden. He might have said some choice words.
Dude, it'd be sick if this guy like started talking about, he took an anti-Biden slant to be like, Biden should step out of the way for Kamala because he's a K-hiver,
True.
right?
True.
I think he's the K-hiver, actually.
He should be like, bro, support black women. Why are you supporting this old white man instead of
right.
the young, full of energy black woman who's already in a position of power? Interesting.
Yeah, that's kind of fucked up that he's not
True.
like in support of Kamala more.
Because this same old man who you guys constantly question his competency led us out of a pandemic, which led us to an endemic. Because 71% of Americans are vaccinated. We're not in the same situation that we were. We're not on lockdowns as we were. We're not losing jobs left and right. Actually, we created about 13 million new jobs since the Biden-Harris administration.
He's so much better than Harry. Like, just straight up. He's so much more charismatic. He has incredible stage presence. I do love him.
I don't think he's getting paid the same.
800,000 manufacturers.
Oh no, he's too insane. I think.
Yeah.
No, he's definitely on some very different shit.
Jobs
awesome.
under Biden. Not to mention record low unemployment, particularly record low black unemployment. Not to mention the booming black businesses under Biden. Not to mention a historical infrastructure bill, an historical investment in the American Rescue Plan for the American people, providing a stimulus when we were actually struggling through the pandemic. Not to mention the record amount of $132 billion worth of student loan debt under Biden. Let's not talk about numbers, because numbers don't lie, but you do. It's never been about his age. It's been about his predecessor. It's about...
Wait, I don't really understand. Is
he wrong, Austin?
It is about his age. Like, no, literally, like all of the things that he mentioned are not wrong. Okay, like maybe a little exaggerated. Except, yeah, it's still about his age. Like these, I don't know who these guys are talking to, because like
each other,
pretty much, right? I mean, there's definitely a lot of. I feel like there's a lot of like boomer white and black ladies out there who like have made their way into TikTok that probably do think like, oh, preach,
yeah,
like you're preaching. You know what I mean?
I mean, to be fair, like those people were in my TikToks as well. Before I was like, expressly anti-Biden when I was doing the coding campaigns, the same people were being like, oh, we have such hope for the younger generation. You're doing so great. I saw you see the profile pictures. But when you realize, when you're just like, hey, I wish Biden would be doing more, they then turn around and they're just like, wow, I can't believe you betrayed, the people who've put you here or whatever. So.
Vice President Kamala Harris and her blackness and the fact that she's a black woman and she's competent and she's ready to lead. We already know that you guys don't like her. Let's talk about MSNBC. Let's talk about CNN. Let's talk about how you guys continuously...
he's got smoke for MSNBC and CNN?
Okay,
wait a minute.
okay.
Oh, shit. Because they're not glazing Biden enough, which is true. Like, CNN, I feel like, definitely is just, like, aching for another Trump term so they can get, like, their ratings back.
Out of polling data when she ran in 2020. How you guys were purposely leading her out of polling data when she was polling higher than Pete Buttigieg. Let's talk about how the fact that y'all cut her out of the Giffords Gun Forum commercial when she had one of the longest speaking roles in that commercial.
Yeah, he's a real stan. Like, this is like some stan shit. This is like 100%. Like, he knows all of Kamala's hits. Even Kamala's misses, okay? They're still hits. God, I love him.
She's been an advocate when it comes to talking about gun safety.
Yeah, remember when Kamala was portrayed by that very same media that he hates as like more progressive than Bernie Sanders? Well, her voting record shows that she's more progressive than Bernie Sanders. It's like, yeah, okay, dude, sure.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the blatant misogyny. Let's talk about the erasure of the fact that Vice President Kamala Harris has broken more ties than any vice president in history, meaning she's surpassed every white, mediocre white man that's been in office since her.
Tell him, King.
Let's talk about that.
Let him know.
It's never been about Biden.
She should be president next, I say.
And you should be. Because let's just be honest here. You guys want to hold on to white supremacy and patriarchy because it's propelled you to a position.
Yeah, you know who will eradicate white supremacy and patriarchy? Kamala Harris.
True.
Kamala Harris, the white supremacy destroyer, the patriarchy destroyer for sure. Okay, that's awesome.
Power with you being able to skip on by with white mediocrity without ever having to be challenged on your own records or your own resume. It's not our fault that we have to work 10 times as harder for no credit, and we still outmaneuver you.
Is this a conclusion to this? Like, still vote for Biden?
It's black.
Because that's how the video started. The video started like...
The video started with vote for Biden, and then, like, it went into a glaze sesh for Kamala, which, like, low-key is throwing shade at Biden.
Yeah. It's like,
yeah.
I'm tired of propping up white mediocrity.
Yeah.
You sit in your high horse. You
Who's
have
the
less
most
than
white
resume.
mediocre man in this situation that's standing in Kamala's way?
True.
I'm almost certain, like, I'm shocked that they let him into the White House because, like, I feel like if there's one Fedayeen that's brave enough to take out Joe Biden, it's this fucking dude. They're gonna, you put him near Joe Biden, he's gonna put him near Joe Biden in a flight of stairs, you know? It's gonna be a kinetic situation, okay?
Kinetic situation.
Black History Month. And I'm not dealing with it. Just say it with your damn chest, because Nikki Haley has been dog whistling for a while now, and I'm tired of it. Stop playing in our motherfucking face. Just say what the fuck it is. And be bold about it. We're still in the Trump era.
This is awesome. He's sick. Wait, he meant...
Okay.
I'm just reposting it. No shot he was there.
Oh, but didn't he meet her?
Okay.
Didn't... Oh, God.
But that's a repost. You can see the time stamped on the bottom.
Oh, okay.
He might have met her earlier. 'Cause I know she does a little circuit. I think my mom met her actually.
Your mom met Kamala Harris?
Yeah, my mom not a fan.
Your mom's not a fan of Kamala Harris?
Not a fan of her at that situation. She was kind of like, I guess it's like black drama. She's an AKA, and so she gave off AKA vibes. AKAs are known for being very... No offense to the AKAs out there.
I can't believe that you're doing this on Black History Month.
I'm
You're
just
about to get fucking cooked.
I mean, okay, to be fair, okay, you know what? I'll stand by it. I think...
What is
actually,
it?
No, I won't say
What was it called? Divine
9.
Divine 9, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're... Oh, my God. That's like... Look, I'm stepping out of the frame.
Listen,
on this.
I'm for all the deltas.
Okay,
all my friends are deltas. So
I'm too white to be a part of this conversation. I don't...
AKAs are
I don't
known
agree with
for
anything he's saying.
For being a little bit bougie, just a tad bit, a little bit stuck up in some ways, just a tad bit. This is just what I've colloquially heard.
Thank God I don't have the fucking do-rag on while you're saying this. Oh my God, I would be getting fucking destroyed right now on Twitter. Oh my God. Okay. Oh my Lord.
And Hasan agrees with everything I just said.
No, I don't. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know anything. I didn't even know Divine 9. I just said Divine. Didn't even complete it. I should be Divine 10.
Divine 10.
Or not, if that's not...
If that's not a good thing?
That's not a good thing, then it's not.
Fair.
Okay. So she was stuck up?
Yeah.
Like she had a stuck up energy?
Just a bit.
Okay. I'm Indian who are AKAs. There are black sororities and black fraternities. That it's like a whole different culture surrounding it.
It's a whole cultural thing.
Yeah.
Big at HBCUs. I say if you're not black, don't worry about it because you end up going to say something that's going to get you in trouble.
Oh, 100%.
So just smile and nod, chat. Smile and nod.
Yeah. Okay. Speaking on behalf of the hood, Sean is correct here. Says Dan's World.
What up, Dan's World?
Okay. we're just smiling and nodding. Okay, so that's funny that was the reason why your mom was like, oh, she's stuck up. Okay, let's look at this guy. His name is My Dude, and he's responding to, oh no,
Oh, he's already supported.
it's over. I support him unconditionally because he's shitting on Lolo, a fraudulent individual who we found out is related to Dan Scavino.
You cannot vote for this man.
That's why he's saying you can't vote for Biden. Because the Dan Scavino angle is becoming more apparent.
Man.
There are a lot of people saying that they're not going to vote for Joe Biden over what's going on in Palestine. And it angers me. It angers me for the same reason that we're all angry about what's happening in Palestine. From my perspective, I'm watching a bunch of people that didn't bother to make videos about any other global conflict during the Biden or Trump administration.
Oh my God, dude. Oh my Lord. I hate this shit so much.
Yep.
Administration suddenly thinking it's a great idea.
Okay, but like, what are you doing? Like, you're shitting on, okay, objectively, he's a fan of yours, by the way. He's a live stream TikTok debate guy. I don't like this. I don't like this at all, okay? I hate that it's like people be like, oh, why aren't you talking about what's going on in Congo or you know.
Well, he's not even saying that. He's saying, why haven't you talked about like Ukraine? That's what he's saying, the other things that happened in the Biden administration. He's like, why haven't you talked about like other like big things? He's not even talked about the Congo. I don't even think he cares about the Congo, honestly.
No, he just cares about it to the extent of like, you know, using it as a talking point against the thing that you're talking about.
Yeah, 100%.
If you're consistent on the matter, if you truly care about global conflicts, then you shouldn't be attacking people to be like, here's a silly little gotcha.
Yeah.
To sabotage the election. I talked about the 85,000 children that died in Yemen under Trump's policies. I talked about the increase in drone programs by over 400%. I talked about the Kurdish-Turkish war. I talked about a whole host of things that Donald Trump did that were detrimental to lives in the international community. And people...
Yeah, famously, remember when Biden was elected and like
Drone
well, the drone part is like he did greatly limit the drone stuff, and then look where we're at now. It's just more direct hands-on airstrikes on Yemen, which is ironic. But also beyond that, it's like he said, Turkish-Kurdish war, right? What has happened since Biden's election to the northern Syrian corridor? Has that actually greatly diminished? No. Like. That's ridiculous. Like it's very obvious. It's very obvious that like this is a pure talking point with like not a lot of research behind it. Okay? That's why I said the drone thing is like one talking point, I guess, even though it doesn't really matter at this point. But ultimately, Biden himself did not reverse course on any of those foreign policy initiatives, with that one notable exception of like utilization of drone strikes.
We're absent from making videos about that. If this is the only conflict you want to care about, that's fine. Nobody can make you care about other conflicts. But if you knew about the stuff that Donald Trump did during his presidency and the stuff the Republicans want to do, this wouldn't even be a discussion. I mean, you're really going to let Trump off the hook? He cheered on Bibi when he bombed Gaza in 2019. Did you guys forget about that? This thought process isn't new. Caused people to vote for Ralph Nader, gave us 2 wars in Iraq, killed 1.5 million Iraqis. Caused people to vote for Jill Stein, gave us Donald Trump, cost us Roe v. Wade, killed 85,000 children in Yemen. Have you seen a pattern? I'm going to be blunt. I have a hard time believing that you truly care about what's happening in Palestine.
Yeah, I mean, this is like, I'm going to be honest, this is like permanent debate lord brain, because it's like you're not even addressing the matter at hand, and you're just immediately looking for a gotcha.
Yeah.
This is not like a good way to conduct a serious or decent analysis on anything. It's just simply like maybe this guy is a much nicer person that now that you guys said he's a fan of mine. Now I have to fucking not be as aggressive in my commentary here, but like the notion of the notion of perceived hypocrisy does not negate the point that this person is making. Okay. This is something that for some weird reason, like people who do debates online forget. Okay. That's not, you didn't do anything. You just, you support Palestine. Name every regional conflict is not going to win favors on any conversation other than like other people who also purely care about the aesthetics.
Solution is to make it worse. And by the way, your solution also going to kill a lot more people globally. People should be mad at Joe Biden, 100%. But if Donald Trump gets into office, a lot more people are going to die. And those deaths aren't on Joe Biden. They're on you.
But that doesn't even make any sense, because like if you are withholding your vote in order to pressure Biden to, you know, stop directly funding Israel or giving them weapons and munitions, wouldn't that make you more moral than this person who's saying just keep voting for him anyway, even in his like worldview?
Yes, if your vote matters, if your vote actually matters, and all the things that the president does is directly on your hands, then no one should vote, because that's insane. That's insane that like you're directly saying, yeah, no, vote for Joe Biden and celebrate his accomplishments, such as killing thousands of Palestinian children in Gaza that we are directly funding and facilitating, because it could be 1,001 children if Donald Trump became the president.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway. Okay. Well, are there more bangers like this one? I love these like TikTok.
I found a Chris, guys. Chris Mowry with an E.
How do you even spell that?
Mowrey.
Oh, Chris Mowry.
Yep.
Ooh. Chris Mowry and wait, they're exposed as political hacks. Oh, is this when like
that's a conservative kid, right wing.
Oh,
he's
God.
exposing them by like being like, oh, they're
we all know
like
this
palette.
kid, right? And how about this one? Well, as many of us have.
Dude, like Republicans always do win the bitchless Olympics. Like it's just like even when you look at like dudes that I would say are massive nerds, like young Republicans will still win that category every time. Okay,
true.
They're on a they are genuine gold winners. Okay, every single time at the no pussy having Olympics. Oh my fucking Lord.
Suspected for a long time. Looks like those two are partisan hacks bought and paid for by the DNC to the tune of around $210,000. If you check their bios, both of them are managed by a company called Palette Media. And you might think, well, why is that important? Because Palette Media received direct payments by the DNC totaling $210,000. Apparently, the DNC didn't want to make direct payments. By the way, all of this is publicly available on the FEC website, so they don't want to make direct payments exposing Harry and his goons. So instead, they get a little creative with their accounting. First, they send the money to Palette, which then manages their talents like Harry. Now, none of this...
Damn, we really cracked the case, dude.
True.
Look at how he cracked the case by looking at an Axios article. Like, this is the thing that blows my mind always, is like, bro, this is like very open. This is very public. Like, it's not... You're not arriving at like some secret truth. This reminds me how people said TYT is Qatar funded because they received money from Al Gore. Yeah, exactly. Which is true. TYT is Qatar funded. And so am I.
Surprise anyone, because it's public knowledge that Biden started an army of social media influencers. But I guess they didn't want you to know who.
That's not
We all know
fully
this
true.
kid, right? And how about this one?
I
Well, as
genuinely
many of
think
us-
that after 2020, there was a lot of organic growth for Biden and support for Biden in order to, you know, like get Trump out of office. And so I don't think he grew a army of TikTokers to like, you know, fight Trump. I think they grew on their own. I will say now he's definitely trying to grab that base of support and then sort of associate with that in order to try to win in 2024. And it's not going to work.
So I shot a gun for the first time today.
Why does that not surprise me? Anyway, it's not new that guns are...
What are you talking about, Fem Shapiro? You live in California too, don't you? What the fuck do you mean? You don't have to fucking put up this LARP that it's like a regular activity of your life, okay? God damn. Brett Cooper popping off so fucking hard too. She's literally carrying the Daily Wire, I have to admit.
She's young.
Yeah, she came out of fucking nowhere.
Guns are dangerous. Yes, guns are powerful. Nobody is saying that they're not. If you had actually shot a gun before today or spent any time around gun owners, you would know that we respect that and it's how we are trained.
Also, yes, guns are powerful and they are dangerous, but their power is part of their value, especially to women, especially for self-defense.
Oh God, that's my favorite. It's like utilizing liberal aesthetics and emancipatory language to make like the most reactionary point. Is that like everyone should be armed like women?
I'm surprised I haven't seen like, well, you're black and the police have come after you. Well, you should be armed. You should be pro Second Amendment because it's protect yourself from the police. I'm surprised.
That's okay. No. Kalyan Noor was hired by the NRA specifically after the nurse. What was his name? There was a black nurse that was shot and killed. Was it? Fuck. Was it Philando Castile? I think it might have been. And basically, yeah, I think it was Philando Castile. So what ended up happening in that situation was the NRA was like, oh shit, we have like an actual growing movement of like black gun owners, and we're really fucked up that we didn't actually defend. Philando was a school worker, I think it might have been. No, Breonna Taylor is not who I'm talking about. No, it was after Philando Castile in his car. Yeah. In front of his, I think like 32-year-old African-American man who was fatally shot in a traffic stop by, Geronimo Yanez. Okay. Yes. It is Philando Castile. So after that, everybody was like, what the fuck? He's a responsible gun owner who did his like due diligence and said he has a gun and he's like licensed for it and was shot and killed for it. This is a clear-cut violation of like Second Amendment rights for people. Is this not for like, does this not matter for black people? Like, does and then the NRA basically hired Kalyan Noor to combat that narrative, but even he doesn't go as far to fucking be like, yeah, you can use it against cops, because that's white supremacy is always going to be a more powerful motivator than wanting to sell more guns, I guess, because you can do that with different means. True, makes sense. Anyway, so yeah, that's one aspect of it. So this is the other guy. He looks exactly like Harry.
Listen, Gen Z is woke. We support diversity. We support inclusion. We support LGBTQ+, and we are socially conscious. We care about these issues. And look, Republicans think it's a home run point when they call us woke and try to demonize us. But here's the thing: we're woke and proud, and we are the voters of the future. Exactly. We're going to be one of the largest voting blocs in 2024. So I change your strategy.
Okay. Oh boy. Argue with a Trump supporter. Harry Sisson literally had a debate-gasm by owning this interlocutor in the marketplace of ideas.
Wait, the Department of Justice controlled by Donald Trump even determined that Hillary Clinton didn't break the law.
I like the guy with the Trump hat better.
Speak to me, bro.
He's silent. He can't say anything.
This is like the nerdy white version of like when you get like owned but in a rap battle at the high school lunch table.
He's busted. Okay, he just busted a nut, and you're over here making fun of him. This is a profound accomplishment.
This is his moment.
Many Trump supporters don't know facts. It's like, yeah, no shit, dude. Like, what the fuck? That's awesome.
Comey said we couldn't find someone who would prosecute.
No, Comey said she didn't break the law. Under the Espionage Act, Section F of 793, she did not.
Nerd.
Dude, if I had a time machine, I would go back in time and arrest fucking the West Wing Andy. What's his name? Fucking Aaron Sorkin. Okay, I would jail him because his crimes against humanity have permanently made this sphere of liberalism, this sect of liberalism that thinks that they can own their interlocutors and fucking in the marketplace of ideas, the most unbearable motherfuckers. Okay.
Yeah.
Ay. We should, regardless. He's kind of a sexual assaulter anyway. I don't know about that, but he's my American Studies teacher in high school. Tried to get us all to watch that show to learn. Oh no. I don't understand your hate for West Wing. What do you mean? My hatred for West Wing is pure aesthetic liberalism that believes that there is like a comfortable middle ground that we can all arrive at through genuine debate. It's like everything I despise. Anyway, I was like this cringy, but then I started watching the broadcast. Anyway, okay. All right. Okay, what else? What else you got for me?
There was the political article that I wanted to
Oh yeah, here. Let's get back to that. So TikTokers have some advice for Joe Biden's new account.
I think this is good because it shows the entire breadth of all of like the political TikTokers. Because Gen Z for Change is actually quoted in this alongside Olivia as well, and a bunch of other people too.
Okay, Biden's leveraged social media influencers to spread this message in the past, but this marks the first foray into TikTok himself. Oh my God! Oh
Chiefs
no!
But if I didn't say I was for the Eagles, then I'd be sleeping alone. My wife's a Philly girl.
Game or commercials?
Game.
Game or halftime show?
Game.
Jason Kelsey or Travis Kelsey?
Mama Kelsey. I understand she makes great chocolate chip cookies.
Deviously plotting to rig the season so the Chiefs would make the Super Bowl, or the Chiefs just being a good football team?
I'd get in trouble if I told you.
Trump or Biden?
You kidding? Biden.
Biden. That's, oh my God. Okay. R.I.P. Vaughn with that music? Maybe not. Just hand him the phone and let the man cook. What? VSFR runs Under the Desk News, a TikTok account with 3 million followers that breaks down news of the day in short form videos. What is this account has 3 million followers? What the fuck is this?
They do like a lot of news coverage and such.
Dude, I don't know shit about shit, man. TikTok has got like a whole different universe.
They're like the Philly D of TikTok.
Philly D is the Philly D of TikTok, I thought.
Philly D was taking V's entire flow. For sure, for real.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yep.
Well, of course we're going to talk about him. Today at Philly's Sneaker Con, former President Donald Trump.
Why are they like laying in the ground?
Under the desk.
Why is it under the...
I don't know. That's a brand thing. TikTok has like an identity thing. So you have to have an identity to grow.
Oh my God.
Dropped a sneaker. Democratic strategist and spokesperson Michael Tyler said Donald Trump showing up to hawk bootleg off-whites is the closest he will ever get to Air Force Ones again. Yes, just
ownage.
One day after being found liable for fraud,
sick, I will say.
he dropped...
That's insane. Those are off-brand creative recreations, and it's nasty. It's nasty work.
Okay, the American flag on the back is a bit much, I will say.
It's terrible across the board. There's some shit that like fucking that's like a one-off that what's the dude who did the halftime show like many years ago? Now I'm forgetting. He's like very short.
Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars, yes. Yeah. That's like some shit Bruno Mars would wear one time for a performance, and then that's it, and never again. It's so bad.
A sneaker. For $399, you can get a pair of the Never Surrender high tops. But you'd have to have been the fastest maggot in the race because they have already sold out.
Bro.
But when there's a grift adrift, there is always something else to sell. So you can, of course, get the red waves for just $199. They also come in white.
Okay. Those are sick. I will say, unironically.
Bro, none of these are
those
sick.
Those were sick. Chat.
You are wrong.
Chat. Tell me I'm wrong.
They're so awful.
Also
they were kind of
launched
nice.
A Trump Victory 47 perfume for men.
Oh, I think
Trump
my brother's
Victory
here.
47 perfume for women. If you act now, you can even get one of these little dog tags with a NFT of Trump as a superhero.
He looks like that. He looks like that. Don't cope. Don't cope and see. He actually looks like that. Oh, shit. What up, big dog?
There you have it. Well, of course we're going to talk about him.
Hello.
Today at Philly's Sneaker Con, former President Donald Trump.
Anyway, so you like them? You like Under the Desk News? They're cool? They're chill?
They're okay. Very much liberal.
Wait.
In the last year.
They're not under the desk on this one.
They're not.
What the fuck's going on?
Is this serious?
There have been some truly disturbing stories coming out of Colorado that involve...
Okay, maybe that's a serious one. That's why. This is over the desk now. What the fuck's happening? They're a Fed. Okay, dude.
People do say that. I think they're a Fed in the same way that like Harry is a Fed, but like not as like hard for Biden as Harry is.
Okay. The Israel-Palestine Mardi Gras taste?
Israel
What?
or Palestine?
I'll take both of them.
Why?
It's a tie.
It's a tie.
It's a tie.
Israel or Palestine?
What?
Israel or Palestine?
I say we should give it back to Britain.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No, because if you look at like the history of America or the history of the world.
Chucky, Israel or Palestine? Israel or Palestine? Israel. Israel or Palestine?
What?
Israel or Palestine?
Israel or Palestine? Come on, you can't ask me that. Come on.
He's like, I'm not trying to get canceled.
You don't have to answer, dude. Just leave.
Israel or Palestine?
Palestine.
We got one.
Got one.
Palestine. Wait, what the fuck? Palestine.
Let's go, baby! Israel or Palestine? Neither.
World's bravest centrist.
That's good. That's he said neither.
Neither.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, I keep getting sidetracked here. Okay, so he should be genuine and show us off book behind the scenes of Biden. We get plenty of speeches written by other people and spin directed in the comms team by other platforms. I don't need him to stump her on TikTok or do a bunch of skits with celebrities. Just hand him the phone and let the man cook. Maybe show up in other TikTokers' videos. I'd love to see him playing cards by the pool with the old gays, grandfluencer stuff, talking about Medicare or Social Security. Annie Wu Henry is a Democratic digital strategist who famously ran Senator John Fetterman's, TikTok account in 2022. They need to break through the apolitical and apathetic. So what's their takeaway from this article? What did you want me to look at here?
If you scroll, you go to Annie.
Comrade Batty, thank you for showing my video. You're welcome, Comrade Batty.
And Olivia's right there, but I think Jennifer changes the one after that as well.
So Olivia, Democratic activist, strategist, and social media creator with 648,000 followers on TikTok, says the Biden campaign should lose the traditional media polish. Social media, especially TikTok, thrives on parasocial interaction and relatability. How are you going to develop a parasocial relationship as Brandon though? You have to at least have a little bit of awareness. My man doesn't know his ass from his elbow. How the fuck's he gonna? How is he gonna? Okay. People are more likely to engage with content that feels like a FaceTime call instead of a newscast. The account has already done a good job with the content they've posted. It shows President Biden in a more casual and relaxed setting, which is something we don't see frequently. It's not only a nice change of pace, but I think it's nice to humanize our elected officials so we don't see them as just robots. It reminds folks that at the end of the day, they're normal people who work their constituents. Murat! Can you feed Fiona? Yeah. Thank you. They all have a say in civics if we're willing to speak on it and get engaged. So Gen Z, Claire Simon.
Yes.
Gen Z for Change Communications Coordinator and Election Projects Chair. Previously called TikTok for Biden in 2020, though the group was grown more critical of the president since he took office and was many to pen a letter to the president warning not to take young people's votes for granted amid concern over Gaza. I would be the first person to tell you about the power of TikTok as a campaign tool, so I would say this is not an unexpected move for the Biden campaign. Since 2020, TikTok has been proven again and again to be very powerful when it comes to politicians connecting with young people. So as someone who has worked in this intersection of politics and social media for a while now, I'm not at all surprised they hopped on. That being said, when it comes to the president of the United States of America using TikTok, this is really a substance over style issue. Yes, TikTok is where young people are right now, but it's where a lot of young people who are pretty unhappy with Biden are. And so what that means is just posting memes isn't really going to fix the issue for them. Political memes have their place. TikTok has its place. But, and especially when you're one of the most powerful people in the country, you have to use discretion and intentionality for them to be their best. While Joe Biden's team was posting content about Taylor Swift in the Super Bowl, the Israeli military was launching airstrikes into Rafah. And a lot of people I know read this as incredibly tone deaf. You can see it on the page too. Many of the top comments are about Palestine and Rafah. Even what they posted Monday, a dig at Trump about Roe v. Wade. I think it was another misstep.
I got rid of Roe v. Wade. I'm the one that got rid of.
Damn, this really banged, dude. 9,000 likes. Holy shit.
Roe v. Wade. And what I did by killing Roe v. Wade, I did it. And I'm proud to have done it.
Yeah, this is basically posturing and like making light of an issue that is like very serious for a lot of people. And if your expectation is that people have to go out and vote to stop this from happening, you shouldn't be flaunting this as a major dub for you, because like this is good for people who are already invested in the Democratic Party, like the dick riders of the Democratic Party, the loyalists of the Democratic Party. They will look at this situation and go, yeah, it's great that Trump is openly admitting this. Lol. Right?
Yeah.
But many people who are who you're supposed to reach out to, who you're supposed to galvanize, or you're supposed to get out to vote for Roe v. Wade, to protect Roe v. Wade, to them, you're like making light of the situation. You're like, oh, this is nothing but a fucking political tool for you, that like millions of people lost access to a medical, like a piece of medical care.
Yeah. And so it's just, young people like see that and they're like, they don't see like, oh yeah, this is what Trump did, this is why we need to vote for Biden. They see, okay, but it's been 4 years since Trump, and what have you done in any regard to fix any of the issues that you claim to care about? Yeah.
Yeah. Ultimately, this is a campaign account. Biden wants to convince young people that don't feel comfortable voting for him right now to change their minds. And there isn't a way around that besides listening to what's being asked of him. Action on Palestine, more climate initiatives, etc. Once he makes actual policy moves on those issues, TikTok will serve him as a great tool to authentically promote and share his work once it begins. But memes and digs at Trump won't get him very far in terms of swaying votes. There's so much more content I can think of as being a great move for him, but it's all dependent on actual actions he needs to make outside of everyone's phone screens and in the real world. This is a great take.
Yeah, Claire's awesome. She has communications for the organization. I think that the main point I wanted to make with this article specifically is you see a wide breadth of different people in like who make content on TikTok who are young people, and where I think Gen Z for Change differs than like other organizations like Voters of Tomorrow or like, you know, Olivia or Harry or whatever, is that no other organization really wants to be critical of Biden. They want those opportunities to go to the White House and meet with like, you know, politicians, and they won't ever like actually put their morals where they actually claim that they should be. And that's why I came back to Gen Z for Change. And that's why I think, at least in like how far you can do as like a, you know, youth activist organization, I think they're doing pretty well.
Okay. So you came here to defend Gen Z for Change. Got it.
I came here to support my friends. Shout out Claire.
Malik Davis, sophomore, Norfolk State University, best known for his POV and HBCU student account, which has 17.4K followers. Tyler Lickstein is an internet personality, podcast host. She has 1.3 million followers on TikTok. Don't try to be younger or cooler or different than you are.
It's just kind of crazy to me that like you see like, oh, don't be, you know, don't be so serious. Be a goofy old man. Young people don't like you for what you're doing in Palestine, how you're directly funding Israel. Don't be a silly, like be silly and goofy. It's totally okay.
Yeah.
Like it's just, it's kind of crazy to me.
I think he should just do this.
Donald Trump, big news, big
True.
news. Donald Trump, oh boy, the DO, big news, oh boy. So Donald.
If we could get Biden hitting a oh boy, I'm voting for him. Fuck it.
That's all it takes.
Big news.